Downtown Tulum Radio.
What's up, everyone? It's Joanne, your host here at Downtown Tulum Radio. Today, I have the pleasure and honor to be here with Marco Lys.
Ooh, hi
Welcome.
Joanne.
Hello.
Thank you very
welcome.
much for having me here. Finally,
Of
I
course.
can say I'm here.
Yeah, and I mean, welcome to Tulum for the first time
Yeah.
here in this town. I know you don't have more than a couple of days, well, a day actually. So I hope you get to see a little bit of Tulum.
Yeah, I will. I will next time for sure. Yeah, it's no. For what I see, it's a beautiful place to stay, and it's like a paradise.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So-
But I know it's a little bit different than Venice, Italy, right? Where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Venice. Yeah, especially because now we are in winter. We're going to the winter, and so it's full summer for me. So that's something unbelievable. And yeah, but both are beautiful places.
Of course.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Venice, Italy, actually, where you're from. So Venice is rich of culture and history, amazing food, amazing people, and of course, amazing music. And so, with all that, how has that influenced you as a DJ and a producer, with your specific sound? Like, how do you think the city has influenced you in your career?
Well, I don't really think the city inspired me. I got inspired by the music I was listening at that time. House music was born, at that time. So I was really fascinated about everything about the dance music. I had some friends there. Some of them are really popular now, and that's how I started.
Share some names of these friends. Share some names of
Sam
them.
Paganini.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else? No, that's the name I recall it now because we started together basically.
And when did you start? When
Do
did
I
it all
have
start
to
for
tell you? Because otherwise, people. No, we start in 90,
Okay.
99, 90.
That's when the good music started. So.
Yeah, exactly. Even before, actually. House music was born around 86, 87, when I was listening the music on the radio. But, I mean, it seems that I'm too old now.
No, it's all good. Everyone wants to know because they all want to see, they see you today, they see you successful, but they want to see your humble beginnings, how you got started, They
Yeah,
wanna see...
at that time, basically recording the music from the radio, making the first demos on computer at that time, going to the studios, because at that time, having a studio was very, very expensive. So I had to go to somewhere else studio to record my productions, but it was like can I say that time it's not like now. Now you can have any info you need. If you want to start producing, you just go on YouTube. How to make a techno or a tech house track, and you have all tons of tutorials. At that time, we didn't know how to do it, so we had just to invent ourselves how to make some things.
Some music. And then obviously, you produce music and then you've done remixes. And so let's go to 2009.
Yeah.
La Tromba.
Yeah.
And thank you for correcting me because I really thought it was a little bit later than that. And so I guess I'm showing my age as well. So 2009 is when it came out, obviously.
Yeah,
La
the
Tromba.
first version, the original version.
The original version. So tell me about that. How was the era back in the day? Like how, obviously if you listen to the song, it really kind of gives you the flavor of what it used to be 2009.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, there was really, really fun work into that because at that time I was working with Chris Lake.
Yes.
We were in his house in London, and when we started the track, we did something like back and forth, like a back-to-back, I wrote down some things, then he wrote down other things, and then we came up with this riff, with this horn riff, and Chris was on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the riff. So we worked around that, and La Tromba was born. I have very great memories about that time.
Yeah, it gives you goosebumps because I listened to obviously someone as an artist, I listened to the song and now when you're sharing really how it was made, it just kind of takes me back and makes me understand the track a little bit better.
Yes.
So let's fast forward a little bit, 2018 to be exact.
Yeah.
What inspired you to rework the track?
Because I was working on a new track with the bass line you are listening on the re-edit,
Yeah.
or rework, and it was missing something. So I was listening, I don't know why, I was listening back to La Tromba, and I thought maybe I can do a re-edit. So yeah, I put over the La Tromba riff, and the new work came out. So
do you think that it was missing something, or maybe just the music evolved and you needed to add something to it?
No. Not because the music was evolving, just because I felt that the version before it was La Tromba re-edit was missing some riff or something over. So luckily they were in the same key.
Yeah.
So they worked together, the riff and the instrumental version I was working with. I was working at. So that's the thing.
Yeah, it came out great, obviously. And so you have a flavor of house, a little bit of tribal, right?
Yeah, I love percussions.
Yeah, percussion. I mean, it says throughout all your songs, and so for me as a DJ artist, if I want to get the crowd going, if I want to get them dancing, I'm going to pick one of your tracks because I know it's going to get them going. It's going to get them going. Like, for example, as I mentioned, Mission, for example, or the one that you've done with Green Velvet, right? Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose.
And of course, that's not your first time working with him.
No.
You worked with him back in the day, of course, bigger than Prince.
Yeah, but before that, Brighter Days.
Brighter Days, exactly.
Because it's Kashmir, but Kashmir is also Green Velvet.
Exactly. So I wanted to chat about that. So because it is two different.
Yeah.
They're the same person, but really two different artists, if you want to put it that way. So let's talk about Kashmir first, the work with Kashmir.
Well, it was because I have to go back to The Story Continues.
Yes.
He was playing The Story Continues for a long time. And then he was playing my remix I did for Basement Jaxx, Rendezvous.
Yeah.
And then one day he came up on Instagram. I received a message. Do you want to remix Brighter Days? So I was absolutely honored by the request. Of course, it was a yes. And so I did the remix. It was 2022, actually. The remix was finished in August. Mm-hmm. So he invited me to play in Buenos Aires for La La Land event. It was a great experience. So I finally met him in person. And
you've never met before in person?
No, I don't know. No, it was the first time I met him in person, actually. And so we stay in contact, of course, and we wanted to do a collab. So he came up with that singer that replayed A Kiss from a Rose, and we found the idea to keep the chorus in the middle of the breakdown.
Yeah.
That's how the track was born, actually. Yeah. And now we plan to do some more tracks together.
Yeah, well, that was my next question. So do you have anything that you want to share? Any new work you want to share?
Yeah, we are working on a new track. I can't tell anything, but yeah, we have some new tracks in the.
Yeah, Kiss from a Rose was a big hit, obviously, and so I understand. So let's go back to your flavor of tribal and percussion. So when you had to do the remix for Basement Jaxx, like how do you decide as to what layers you want to add to it so you can make it your own? Especially Basement Jaxx.
When I do a remix, I want to see which is the most recognizable part of the track. The most important, like it was for Capricorn 20 years, for any other remix I did. Then, of course, it must be different from the original. It doesn't be, I want to respect the original, so I don't want to make something completely different. For that case, for Basement Jaxx, I kept the main guitar as the vocals, of course, as the main part. I wanted to focus on the riff you can hear on the breakdown. That's, for me, was the most important part. Yeah. And then I worked around that. So groovy beats, percussions, vocals. For me, were really important. So they had to stand out. The breakdown was the most important part.
And it is, and it sounds, and also with the Better Days, I mean, a lot of producers have kind of remixed that. Yeah. And so how do you stand out? How do you say, oh yeah, this one needs to be different? And of course you have your fingerprint as Marco Lys, but really when you put together a remix for Better Days, which have been so many remixes, how do How do you look at it? Like, how do you analyze it? Do you want to stand out?
Was really challenging remix, because the original was so strong back in the days and was so iconic. So I started from the beats, and then I play with the vocals, focusing on yeah. But I felt the the drop need to be introduced, from a big breakdown. So, and then I found that was the hook, to before the drop. That's it. So, but it was
and a sick bass line, of course.
But it was really challenging to me. It wasn't easy to.
It's challenging, but it really just brings out and it shows who you are as a producer. So I think you embrace challenges.
I do.
So, you've been touring, and you're touring, you've been all over the place. Of course, I'm not going to mention all these places you've been at because, everybody knows who you are. But what I do want to talk about is, what about 2025? So what do you have planned? Of course, you're going to continue touring, but anything special you have in mind? Anything you want to do different?
Not really different. I want to keep focusing on productions. I'm working on new tracks. I'm working on new remixes. I have some touring planned for the next year, so I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't really need. I have to change. I don't want to change. Things. I want to develop in case. That's
just
the thing.
Keep going. No,
exactly.
I think in a way it's not so much about changing, because we do evolve as people, and producers and artists. It's more like your vision, like where do you see your vision in the future. But if you want to continue as to where you are, you're in a great place.
No, of course I have to develop. I want to stay focused on what's going on, staying true to myself. That's the thing.
Yeah, and as far as personal, I guess, endeavors, do you have anything personal you want to share as far as like any projects that may be not necessarily directly related to music? Anything that you think you want to share?
That's a good question.
Put you on a spot.
I don't know. I wanna follow my family. I'm really fortunate because my family are really supporting me in my job.
That's really important.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I want to keep focused to my friends, to my family, other projects. No, I have too much music in my head that that's my main focus.
Well, that's really what it should be. So, any last words before we close out?
Grazie. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias to inviting me here.
Of course.
Hope to see you soon, of course, and keep listening to my music.
Of course, keep listening to his music, and tell everyone where they could find you.
On Instagram, Marco Lys, Facebook, SoundCloud, Spotify is very important.
It's very important.
Yeah, so Marco Lys, Twitter, X. I don't remember. TikTok, everywhere. You can find me everywhere.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Marco, it's been a pleasure, and we hope to see you back here really soon.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you. This is Joanne again from Downtown Tulum Radio. Until next time, take care.
Downtown Tulum Radio.
Hi, I'm Marco Lys. You're listening to Downtown Tulum Radio.